Hi, my name is Galesha Henry, and today I will be presenting on the country of Croatia. Okay, my presentation will cover four objectives. Firstly, I will speak to whether Croatia has a low or high context language, and then I would move into discussing three of the Hosford dimensions, which are uncertainty avoidance, individualism versus collectivism, and masculinity versus femininity. Low or high context language. Like most Mediterranean countries, Croatia has a high context culture. This means that communication is implicit, indirect, and ambiguous. The true intent of the message is usually not communicated verbally, but it is rather left for interpretation by the receiver. Nonverbal cues such as tone of voice, body language, and facial expressions are critical in Croatian culture. Croatians may find a low context style of language to be embarrassing or a waste of time. The graph to the right depicts the three Hosford dimensions that I'm going to discuss in this presentation, and it compares Croatia to the United States. Uncertainty avoidance. This refers to the extent to which people feel threatened by unpredictable or ambiguous situations and create institutions to avoid such situations. Croatia has a score of 80, which indicates that it has a high preference for uncertainty avoidance. International managers in Croatia may minimize uncertainty by enforcing rules and putting in place strict schedules. Job security is a critical aspect of work motivation in that country. As a result, Croatia tends to have a low staff turnover rate. Managers in Croatia also tend to take low risk because they're trying to avoid uncertainty. Individualism versus collectivism. This is the degree to which individuals exist for themselves or for the greater good of a society. With a score of 33, Croatia is considered a collectivistic society. Croatia is a very tightly knit and interdependent society. Typically, persons rely on their relatives or members of an in-group to look after them in exchange for unquestioning loyalty. This popular Croatian proverb right here, which means who would help you if not your own, basically captures its collectivist culture. Work within organizations in Croatia are often group-based. Harmony is critical in the work environment as well, and as a result, Croatians tend to adopt a compromising style of conflict management. Rewards are often group-based as well. In order to be effective, international managers or leaders in Croatia must be trustworthy, able to get along well with their subordinates, and able to coordinate group activities. Masculinity versus femininity. This is the degree to which a culture demonstrates certain characteristics which are considered to be masculine, for example, assertiveness, achievement, and acquisition of wealth, or feminine characteristics such as concern for quality of life or valuing relationships. Croatia scored 40 on this dimension. This indicates that it is a relatively feministic society. Emphasis is placed on taking care of people rather than taking care of business, as is the case in masculine cultures such as Japan and the United States. Croatians are more concerned about liking what they do rather than being the best. As a result, working in order to live is basically their motto. Croatia's feminist culture. Croatia's feminine culture is also a reason why the compromising style of conflict management is popular in that country, because managers strive for consensus and equality. This is a list of references that I used during this presentation. Thank you for listening, and I will now pass this on to my colleague, Ashley Hill.